Okay. I will show you. It's very easy. See, so in permanent tissue we have parenchyma. Can you see this?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you can learn it by this. Like parenchyma, it is oval, and also it is closely packed, and its wall is thin. Okay, and its wall is made up of cellulose. Wait, let me get my pencil. Yeah, you can see it, right?
Yeah.
And it is for storage and secretion, photosynthesis. Okay, so this parenchymus tissues, they will be having our chlorophylls. Okay, see, here we have the plant tissue. So you can see parenchyma cells. It has small spaces and it is packed also. Okay,
Yeah.
and its shape is not regular. It is irregular. From this itself, you can know the difference. Next, we have the colon chiasm. Here, here there will be localized thickening. Only specified area there will be thickening. Not all the parts will be thickened. In the parenchyma, there was no thickening. It was thin. Okay, you got it?
Yeah.
Yeah, and this, because this has cellulose, pectin, all that, so it is for the mechanical support. Also, it will help in the bending of plant parts. Okay,
Yeah.
here you have to see. When you see this diagram, it will be very easy. Here you have no intercellular spaces, right? And here you have thickening only particular area, not all the parts. Okay.
Ma'am,
Yes.
ma'am, colon chimeras, ma'am, like localized thickening at the corners only, na?
Yeah. Only specified
Okay, ma'am.
areas, not all the parts. Okay. And in sclerenchyma, right? They are dead cells. Sclerenchyma, they are dead cells. Okay. And they are long and narrow. And all the parts it will be thickened. For the parenchyma, no thickening. For the collenchyma, there is a thickening like this, somewhere like this, you can say. Okay, and for the sclerenchyma, there will be thickening. Yeah, there will be thickening due to lignin. Okay, and also here also there won't be any intercellular spaces. So what will this function be? This sclerenchyma are dead. So they are used for they are stiff and hard. This is also for mechanical support. Okay. We have the bark, right? In the old trees, they will be made of sclerenchyma. Okay. Understood?
Yeah.
Okay. Now we'll start with our chapter. In the yeah. So in the previous class, what we have talked about, we have started our chapter improvement in food resources, right? So we have talked about why there should be any need for food um, uh, improvement in food resources. Why? Hmm? Can anyone know?
Yes, ma'am, because the population is increasing, but the like resources of food are decreasing.
Yeah, the population are increasing, but the resources are same. There is no increasing and decreasing. Okay, because of
Okay,
that,
ma'am.
yeah, because of that, there should be improvement in food resources. Yeah, and about India also we have talked about. We have talked about the um, who is father of Green Revolution in India. It is M.S. Swaminathan. Okay, got it?
Yes, I got it.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Then we have talked about types of crops. How many types? Cereal, pulses, oil seed crops, vegetables, spices, and fruits. Then fodder crops. These all are the types of crops, right? We have talked about this. Then the classification, inside the classification, there are two types. That is, what are those? Tariffs and rabi.
Ma'am, yes, ma'am. Rabi and
Rabi.
Kharif.
Okay. After that, we have talked about, yeah, the way to improve the crop yield, right? One is crop variety improvement, crop production management, and crop protection management. So these three. First, we were going through the crop variety improvement. So in this, we are improving the crops variety. What is variety? Hmm? Hmm? Different types, right? Those are our varieties. Okay. See, for example, you can see this mango. They are different varieties, but it is same mango, right? But there are different types of mangoes, different varieties of mango, many varieties. Okay. So improving this, this is what we are going to talk about in this section. Okay. Now there are various ways to improve. There are mostly two ways. First is hybridization. What is that? What we will do is we'll take dissimilar crops, okay, and then we'll make it into hybrid, genetically dissimilar. That is, they will be same, okay. Only the gene inside that gene, the DNA content, right? It will be different. The DNA sequence will be different, okay. Here it will be different, here it will be different, and mixing that, we are getting an hybrid mix of both of these.
Ma'am, that is how we get sweet potatoes and red potatoes and all.
Yes, all those are hybrids.
Okay,
Okay.
ma'am.
So there are various types of hybrids. First is intervarietal varietal hybrid. Okay. In this, the cross, right? The cross is made between two different varieties. Suppose this is Kesar, right? And this is Chausa. So the cross between these two, we will call it as intervarietal. The progeny which are getting the offspring which are getting, the children, that is our that is our hybrid, and that type of hybrid is intervarietal. Okay, understood, Alma?
Yes, ma'am.
Understood? Yes. Ambula,
Amulya.
Amulya, yeah, Amulya, understood?
Yeah.
Okay, Razi.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now here next we have this interspecific. Here the plants, right? Here what they are doing is they're taking plants from same species, and they are crossing it. Okay, crossing it, and we are getting interspecific hybridization. From that we are getting progeny, right? Cross one, think of as plant one, okay, into plant two, cross. What we are getting? We are getting a new offspring, right? Spring, right? New crop. You can write crop. And this is our same species, okay? Same species. These two, this parent one and parent two, belong to same species. Same species, okay? From this we are getting new crop, right? That is our interspecific hybridization, okay? Then there is next we have intergeneric. This here we have what we have here. Here the cross is made between genus, different genus, different genus. Everyone know what is species, right? This is like category. Huh? Different categories. In species, we have a similar organism. Okay, similar organism, and in the genus, we have somewhat different in the genus. See here. I have given the example here. Cats, right? These cats, right? They are belonging to same species. They are, all are cats, but they are looking different. Their genetic makeup is same. Okay, and here we have the genus, right? This genus, like tiger, leopard, all that belong to same genus, but they are not in the same species. Okay, understood? So the cross between different genus, that is our intergeneric hybridization. Okay, crops which we are getting, that is our intergenic hybridization. Here, any doubt?
No, ma'am.
Okay. See, this is example of what is this example? Which hybridization? Can anyone tell?
Ma'am, is it intergeneric crossbreeding?
No, this donkey and this horse belong to same genus but different species. They are in different species. That's why they are called as this mule we are getting. That is called as, what is that called? This hybridization is called as interspecific hybridization. Okay.
Okay.
Here, what is this? This is trichale. Okay. So the cross between wheat and rye will get this crop. That is trichale. And this is intergeneric hybridization. Okay, understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, next, what we can do? There are two types, two ways of improving the varieties. First was hybridization. Second, what we have here is genetically modified crops. In genetically modified crops, the crops are modified. They are manipulated by genetic engineering. What we do is we take a crop like wheat. Okay, what we do here is we plate it. We take out the gene, whichever gene is not required, whichever gene is like functional. Of course, the in the previous we have talked, right, wheat 1 and wheat 2. Here, what in the previous generation, olden days, what we do, we take two weeds and we do crossing, right? Wheat 2 contains more, but 1 minute, I'll write it here. Wheat 1, suppose wheat 1, it is resistant to pest. Okay, and wheat 2, it gives more yield. Okay, so in the olden days, when they find that this wheat is resistant to pest and this wheat is not resistant, so what they will do, they will cross, and what will happen, the crops, right? Sometimes what will happen, the crops will be of improved variety. Okay, that is, it will be resistance to pest also, and also it will be giving more yield. Okay, but also there will be many crops, right? Many offspring will be born, many crops will be born. In that also there will be like not resistant to pest, more yield, or some undesirable character will come because they are not using genetic engineering. Okay, now we are of modern age. What will happen? We'll knock out the gene from here, whichever gene is present here, which makes this resistant. We take that gene and put it here, like that. Okay, we clone it, and we'll put it here. This you will learn it in higher class how this is done. Okay, understood, everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So this crop, right, which is genetically modified, this we call a genetically modified crops. Okay, it will give desired character. Will give us desired characters. Here, all this sometimes here not desired character will also come. Okay, so factors of crop variety improvement. What are the factors? So first is higher yield. Oh, high variety improvement. Higher yield variety improvement is done to increase the productivity of crop per acre. So this, why do we need higher yield? So that in small area we can plant more crops. So the crops which have more yield is selected, right? Next, we have improved quality. So the definition of quality is different for different crops. For example, baking quality is important in wheat, protein quality is important in pulses, oil quality is important in oilseed, and preserving quality is important in fruits and vegetables. Okay, so baking quality, from bread we bake bread, right? So the baking quality of this bread must be more, right? So this wheat must be improved based upon the improved quality of the baking quality must be increased for the wheat. What do we eat? We eat rotis, chapatis.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, for us, baking quality is not that much required. Okay, but for pulses, from pulses we are getting protein, right? So the pulses, what we are trying to do is we are increasing the quality of the content of the protein, improving. So this we can improve in pulses. Okay. Then next we have oil seeds. Oil seeds, it's easy. Oil quality we have to increase. And here in the fruits and vegetables, preserving this thing, this fruits, right? What we want is we want them to present for many days, right? Fruits and vegetables, they boil so quickly. Next, we have biotic and abiotic resistance. So, what are the biotic resistance? We have diseases, insect, right? Insect will, and then nematodes. What is nematodes? They are worms, roundworms. Okay, and abiotic stresses. We have droughts, salinity, waterlogging, heat, cold, frost. So these things must not affect the crop. So crop variety will be improved to provide resistance for this abiotic stresses and abiotic stresses. Okay, understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Amulya, understood?
Yes.
Okay. Next, we have change in maturity duration. So, in change in maturity duration, some crops they will ripen fastly, right? They will be harvested quickly, and some crops will take time. So, here what quality we are increasing? Here change in maturity duration. So, suppose this pulses is taking more time. What we are doing? We are making this to harvest soon, so they can be harvested soonly. Okay, so this why we are doing this, so we can plant next crop soonly. Okay, so if this is harvested soonly, then what will happen? The next crop, whichever we want cauliflower to go in there, then we can plant that also. If this is taking time, then the farmer will not have area to plant the cauliflower, right? Understood? So this quality must be increased. Changing maturity. Okay. Then wider adaptivity. So what is that wider adaptivity? Here also it's same like this one, the abiotic and biotic resistance. How we are increasing the crops adaptability to different conditions. So they can grow in any type of soil, anywhere. Okay. Based on that, the crop varieties improvement programs are done. And here next we have the desirable agronomic characteristic. So here what we have here, this characteristics depict good growth and higher productivity in plants. Plants showing such characteristics are preferred more than others. Example, tallness and profuse branching are preferred for fodder crops. So for fodder crops, what are fodder crops? Fodder crops in the previous class we have learned, right? Types of crops in that fodder crops.
Mama, I didn't come in the last class.
Razi?
Mom, like fruits and vegetables.
No, fodder. We give this crops to cattle.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am,
Hmm?
like oats and all.
Yeah, all those crops are fodder crops, right? So for this fodder crops, what qualities should be considered? So the fodder crops must be tall and they must have abundant branching, many branching, plenty branching. So these characters are preferred, okay, for fodder crops. And for cereal, dropness, the shortness of the cereal must be having must be small. So these the cereals which are short, they are selected, okay. And for fodder crops, if they are tall and they have many branches, then they are selected, okay. So these are the factors of crop variety improvement. First is higher yield, then improved quality, then biotic and abiotic resistance, then changes in maturity duration, wider adaptability, desirable agronomic characteristic. Okay. Okay. Next we have factors over. After that, crop production. So after that, crop production. What is that? First we are improving the variety. After that, what we are doing next. After improving that variety, we are producing. We have to produce, right? For that we have to manage. In that, this is what we are doing in crop production management. So whatever, if we are providing more qualities, more inputs, we'll get higher yield. If we are putting more like nutritions and giving more manures, water, what we'll get higher yield. Okay, optimally. Okay, don't think that if we are putting more nitrogen, phosphorus, all that more, there is limit. Okay, you have to put optimum. Beyond that, if you put, it will be toxic. So there are two types of, for nutrition management, there are two types of nutrition categories. We have macronutrition and we have micronutrition. In macronutrition, they are present in large amount and they are utilized by plants in large quantity. Okay, that are nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium, calcium, magnesium, and sulfur. These things, these elements, these are macronutrition. These are required by plants in large quantity. And here next we have micronutrition. So these are required by plants in smaller quantity, and they are iron, manganese, boron, zinc, copper, molybdenum, and chlorine. Okay. So any deficiency of these things will cause disease in plants. Okay. Next we have manure. What is manure? It is natural fertilizer, and it will contain organic substance formed by decomposition of animal excreta and plant waste. So these are natural because we are getting this from animal excreta and plant waste, cow dung, right? Those are our manures, and we use them for what? Huh? Why do we use them?
Ma'am, manures.
Yes,
Ma'am, to provide nutrition to plant.
yes, to provide nutrition. This manure will be containing organic substance, which will have nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium, all this thing, macronutrition and micronutrition. Both this thing will be contained in manure. And so this manure, from where we are getting? We are getting it from animal excreta and plant waste. How this is done? This animal excreta and plant waste, they are decomposed, they are broken down. Okay, from there we are getting manure. So how they are classified? There are two types. Okay, compost and vermicomposting. So Here we have here what the cow waste, then animal waste, vegetable waste, all this we are putting it in all this waste and then we are decomposing it. This we call is as composting. This you can see here. This is our composting. Okay, you can see vegetable waste, all this vegetable waste, and you can also see that there will be also the cow dungs, all that, right? They are put in area and there they are decomposed. So this is called composting. This compost will be rich in organic matter and nutrition. Next, there is also one more thing, and if this vegetable waste, all this thing waste, right, organic waste, if they are decomposed by earthworm, right, you can see earthworm, it is called vermi composting. Next we have green manure. Some plants like sun hen, this is our sun hen and this is our guar, are grown and mulched by plugging into the soil before sowing of crop seeds. What is happening here is we are planting the sun hemp and guar, whichever crops, before the whichever crops we want to plant. Like if we want to plant rice, all these things, before that we are planting the sun hemp and guar. Okay. So what will happen here is because of this they are thoroughly mixed. This mulched meaning they are mixed and they are plugged like this. They will die out. Okay, they will die out and they will mix with soil and they will be plugged. The tractors can plugging. Okay, and then this ox, in the olden times there was ox was used for plugging. Okay, plugging means, what is that plugging? Before planting of seeds, right, the soil is thoroughly mixed and they are, what they are done, they are lifted up like this in the rows. You can see, right, when tractor, I have you seen field, anyone? In that you can see, right, the soils will be different shapes, right, like this in the rows. Okay, that is our plugging. So because of that, what will happen here, this sun hemp and guar will be containing nutrition. So this nutrition will be helpful for the seed which is planted afterwards. Okay, after this plugging. Understood or not?
Yes, ma'am, understood. Yes, ma'am.
So this will increase the nitrogen and phosphorus content. Also, it will improve hydration, the water, aeration, the air can come. Then crumb structure, the structure of the soil will be improved. Okay. So what are the advantages of manure? It will enrich the soil and organic matter, which is called humus. And it will also increase soil fertility and it will decrease the harmful effect of organic matters. Also, it will avoid water clogging. Then by use of biological waste, we can protect environment, right? We are using biological waste. If we are using chemicals, what will happen? When it is rain, the soil will be spoiled. Also, when it is raining, the water will be run off and it will go to the rivers and all that. All the organism living in the aquatic organism living in the bodies, what will happen? They will get affected, right? And because we are eating aquatic, right, the fishes and all that, so we will be also affected. So the use of this manure will protect the environment, okay, from the excess use of fertilizers are chemicals. Okay, manures are natural fertilizers. Next we have, it also helps in recycling of farm waste, whatever farm waste, right, this cow dung, all that, we are using it here, so it is recycled. Okay, time over. So today we'll stop here. In the next in the next class we'll talk about fertilizers, right? We have talked about the natural fertilizers in this chapter, in this class. Okay, in the next class we'll talk about the artificial fertilizers, the chemically made fertilizers, how they are affecting. Then organic farming. After that, we'll talk about irrigation. Okay, then cropping patterns. With this, our which will be over, our crop production management will be over. After that, we have to start crop protection management. Production, it will be over. Next, we'll start with crop protection management. Okay. Okay. Then any doubt here?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye
Bye,
bye.
ma'am. Thanks, ma'am.